Today is April 1st, 7:42 p.m., and we are talking about the rule of 72 here at Big Financial, where we teach you how money works, grows, and multiplies. And today we're going to talk about the rule of 72 and saddling up your finances with the rule of 72. And what the rule of 72 is Albert Einstein said it was the eighth wonder of the world. And those that learn the rule of 72 will earn it. And those that don't learn it will pay it. So there's two sides to the rule of 72. And we want to be on the right side of the rule of 72. So first and foremost, we see it here on the screen. And it's a very simple concept, but I want you guys to understand that the concept is based on the interest rate being divided into the rule, into the number of 72. Okay, it's very, very simple, but it's used by all financial institutions, the banks, the credit card companies, everybody that's lending money. They're lending money based on this principle. And there's a good side and there's a bad side, as we just said, the right and the wrong side of 72. So right here, we're looking at the interest rate divided by 72 equals the years to double. So to double your money. So very simple math, elementary, if you will. If we take the number 12 and that's your interest rate, and we divide that number into 72, well, that goes six times. 12 times six is 72. Super simple. So every 6 years, your money's going to double. Every 6 years, your money would double if your interest rate is 12%. That would be your return. So if the bank was paying you 12% interest every 6 years, based on the rule of 72, your money would double. So if you had 5,000 in the bank or 10,000 in the bank, like this example shows right here, then in 6 years, on that principle, the rule of 72, the interest rate divided into the number 72, that would give you $20,000 in 6 years. And that's without touching it, that's without working. That's your money working for you. And your money, our money, all of us, our dollars are our soldiers. And our soldiers are always at battle. So our money should be intentionally battling and working every day for us. Your dollar should be working to fight for you to make more dollars. Your dollars should be having babies. They should be reproducing in your sleep. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you're going to work until you die. So this is how you make money while you're sleeping, because we invest into the right vehicle, which is going to compound our money, right? Which is money plus time times the rate of return minus inflation minus taxes equals wealth, guys. And the time plus the rate of return. Right now, we're talking about the rate of return. The rate of return is the interest rate that the bank, that the financial institution, that your financial vehicle is paying you. That's what we're talking about, the rate. So again, more money plus time times the rate of return minus inflation minus taxes equals wealth. And we do all of that right here at Big Financial through HGI, guys. So the rule of 72 is you're going to take your money, take the interest rate, divide it into 72, simple math. That's how long it takes your money to double. If you're getting a 9% return, the bank is going to pay you 9% right now. Nationwide is offering 9.5% as the interest rate with an annuity. So at 9.5%, we'll just use nine for round numbers. Every 8 years, nine times eight is the magic number of 72. So every 8 years, if your return, your rate, your interest rate is 9%, every 8 years, your money is going to double. Like this is elementary school math. But this is the math that every financial institution is using to either pay you or to break you. Now, let's talk about it on the opposite side because I think we understand how your money doubles with the rule of 72. We'll give one more example. If your interest rate is 6%, like right here on the screen, how many times does 6 go into 72? 12 times 6 is 72. So every 12 years, if your interest rate is 6%, every 12 years, your money's going to double. So if you put 10,000 soldiers in the bank at the interest rate of return of 6%, in 12 years, your soldiers will have fought for your money to double. You wouldn't have touched it. You wouldn't have worked for it. You will have forgot it was sitting there, guys. That's the power of the rule of 72. Okay, so it's really simple math. The number 72 divided by the rate of return, the interest rate. Nothing complicated about it. If it's 6%, 6 times 12 is 72. 6 goes into 72 12 times. So every 12 years, if the bank is giving you 6%, it's going to take your soldiers, your dollars are your soldiers. That's your fighting. That's your army. They will have fought for you to double your money using the rule of 72 if your interest rate, your rate of return is 6%. Okay? Super, super, super elementary math. If your interest rate is 3%, the bank says, I'm going to give you 3%. That's your annual rate of return. 3 goes into 72 24 times. 24 times 3 is 72. So in 24 years, your dollars will have doubled. You wouldn't have touched it, no work, no anything. Now let's go in a higher number. Say you've got a client that's got 100K and they've got a 12% rate of return. Well, in 6 years, if they didn't do anything, they're going to have $200,000 because they put their money in the right vehicle. And that's what we teach you here, guys. Team Big Financial, HGI, we teach you how money works, how money grows, and how money multiplies. So, using this simple formula that every bank, that every lending institution uses, if you got 100K, if you've got 50K, and you're getting a 9% rate of return, in 8 years, you've got $100,000 and you did nothing with your money. You didn't work for it. All you did was learn where to put your money for it to work for you. How money works, how money grows, and how money multiplies. This is being on the right side of 72. We talked about it being two sides of 72. The wrong side of 72, as Albert Einstein says, this is for people that don't learn it. So this is why we need to have everybody on this call because everybody needs to understand this no matter what business they're in, how money works, how money grows, and how money multiplies. So at the rate of using the rule of 72, which is the formula that every financial institution uses, this is how your money doubles if you're on the right side of 72. Now, if we're on the wrong side of 72, which is credit card interest, right? Then most credit cards are at least 25%, 28%. Well, how many times does it take 28 to go into 72? Round numbers, I guess about 3 years. So we'll just say 3 years for easy math, right? So if you owe them $5,000 on your balance in 3 years, using this very rule that we're talking about, the rule of 72, you're going to owe them $10,000 if you're only paying the minimum balance because that money is compounding against you because you're on the wrong side of the rule of 72. And the bank is using that rule to compound their money, not your money. So that money that they extended you, that they loaned to you, they're using the rule of 72 to compound it. So likely, unless you're paying substantially monthly or in, intervals and chunking away at it, you're going to pay a whole lot of interest on that money because their soldiers are working for them. So you want to hurry up and get out of credit card debt. You want to pay it off as quickly as possible. Because think about it. If you owe them $10,000 and the interest rate is 28%, 25% for peak's sake. 25 goes into 72 about 2.8 times. So every 2.8 years, that means that your money that you owe them is gonna double. So if you owe them 10,000 and you're paying the minimum, in 2.8 years, less than three, you're gonna owe them 20K. This is why America can't get out of debt. This is why America's $39 trillion in debt right now, and $1 trillion of that is credit card debt. And they're using these very simple numbers, which is 72 divided by the interest rate. So if you're on the right side of it, they're paying you by the rule of 72, which is compound interest. That's what Albert said. Einstein said, if you learn it, those that learn it will earn it. Okay, because you're going to know where to put your money and you're going to know how and understand the principles of compound interest. If you don't, then you'll work and you'll pay it for the rest of your life because it's in every lending institution's vehicle. This is their vehicle to make money from you. The bank, they pay you 0.0 nothing on your money. And guess what? They take your dollars and they compound it and they are applying the rule of 72 with your money that's sitting in your CD, that's sitting in your savings. They're taking your money and they're using that and they're making money on it. You know how much life insurance the bank owns, being Wells Fargo and Bank of America and Chase and the rest of them? They own millions of dollars in life insurance contracts. You know why? Because they get to play this very game with the rule of 72. When they loan you that money on your vehicle, well, is it simple interest or is it compound interest? On your credit cards, do you know your interest rate? Well, is it 18%, 14%, 28%, or 30%? Likely in the upwards of 25% is credit card debt. So, guys, the rule of 72, if you learn it, which we're doing right now, and that's what we teach, we focus on education so you can learn how money works, how money grows, and how money truly multiplies. Compound interest is the only thing that will outlive inflation. It's going to outrun inflation. Compound interest is going to keep you paced with inflation. It's not going to allow you to outlive your money. So get rid of your credit card debt. Find the highest ones first. If go look at the balances, go look at the interest rate, call them, find out it's your money. Who's in charge of it? You. And if you're not, then who is? Be intentional with your money. And those are your soldiers. So you're the general in the army. Are you going to put your soldiers to work? Or are you going to let them be slothful and just do whatever they want? Because if so, that leads to poverty. If you don't direct your money, if you're not intentional with your money, then it goes undirected. Doesn't mean you didn't get it. Doesn't mean you didn't touch it. It just means that you didn't execute and you didn't get what you needed out of it. So it didn't work for you. You worked for it. So what we're teaching here at Team Big and HGI is how to make the money work for you. How for you not to outlive your money, for you not to live too long. And if you live too long, we want to be able to cover you financially. If you die too soon, we want to be able to cover you financially. So on either end of the spectrum, we got you covered with investments as well as life insurance. And that's what we teach. That's how we educate. That is the goal at Team Big HGI, guys. So with the rule of 72, be on the right side. Take the number 72, know your interest rate, and divide it into it. That is how long it either takes you to pay it off or to get paid. One way or another, you're going to double. If you owe it, you're going to double. And if you're earning it, you're going to double. The rule doesn't change, it just changes about what end of the spectrum are you on, the right or the wrong. So, what we want to do is be on the right side of 72, and that is earning compound interest, not paying it. That's our goal. So, remember, join, learn, share, and earn. All of these are fundamentals. Every Wednesday, guys, Wisdom Wealth Wednesday, we will be here and we are teaching and educating on how money works, how money grows, and how money multiplies. So today we gave you a way to saddle up your finances by using the rule of 72. Thank you so much. We will open the floor for questions.